Okay, so let's go ahead and just start with logging in. I know that's pretty simple, but I do want to cover everything within the program. The first thing obviously is you're going to bring up your name within the program, and you'll notice that there's a few people here that are actually in bold, which means that they are administrators within the program. So that gives them permission to do everything within the program allows, such as make changes to fee schedules and so on. So I'm going to come in and log in here under Dr. Young, and I'm going to put in Dr. Young's password. Now the password has to be at least 8 characters long. So, and obviously you'll see that we have today's date, and I can talk about that a little bit more when we talk about checkout and so on. That's going to be really important. The other thing is a check mark here next to the login to Eaglesoft Messenger. Messenger has the ability to be able to send messages to other team members within the practice. One thing I do need to put caution to the wind on this is that yes, it is printable, and yes, it is saved within the program. So as I've always said in the trainings, listen, if you're having a bad day, Eaglesoft Messenger is not the place where you want to put it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in Dr. Young's password here, and I'm going to click on log on. So when I click on log on, what that does is that obviously opens up my practice management or front desk part of the program. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to click on the utilities section, and or even I think I'm going to go to the file and preferences, and we're going to start with the setup aspects of the program. And I don't want to spend too much time here, but obviously I can come in and under general I can set up specific sections to be able to pop up and so on. One of the things that I know that a lot of people like and sometimes don't like is the ability to go ahead and delete completed treatment plans within the walkout. My thing with treatment plans has always been this: if they were done, then they should stay within the program. If they are changed, they should not be changed. They should actually be rejected so that you have the ability to present the fact that you presented maybe a two-surface composite on a tooth while this patient was sucking on Mountain Dew for 6 months and then didn't get the tooth fixed, and it is now a crown. So with that, you do not want to ever delete treatment plans. You want to reject them if they have to change. Okay? The other big thing here, obviously, I'm just going to go through all of them. Under patient, we have search for duplicate names and so on. The ability to enable the notice of privacy practice, the authorization message, and the consent message. Insurance, a big thing. Excuse me. You can come in here and you can set specifics. I'm going to get into a whole module just of going through this and cover it. But I just wanted to kind of touch base. Not everybody, only administrators are going to be able to come into here. Now, the one thing that I do want to bring up that to me is really important, and it's basically based on what we call user profile or individual computers, is that here under the schedule, you can actually change the size of the font within the schedule. That's also based on your monitor. So obviously the bigger the monitor, the more you'll see. Okay? The other big thing that we can talk about here is allow for plan services to be permanently deleted and removed from the appointment. The problem with this is that if it's turned on, if it's checkmarked, you will actually delete the treatment plan from the patient if it's attached to the appointment. So as I mentioned before, do not turn this on. We're going to talk about the schedule. So the schedule is obviously one of the main focal points of the program. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on the schedule here, and let's see it open up. Obviously my schedule is going to be empty. Yours is not. But you can see that the increments here are 10-minute increments. We can change this within the settings that we discussed a little while ago about we can change the different settings on the schedule. But to make an appointment, very, very simple. Double click on the left button on your mouse if you're right-handed, and you can come in and you can create an actual patient appointment. So the biggest thing that I see here that people have an issue with is the fact that sometimes their patient is not here on the list. Now, there are two things that I need to point out. One, on the schedule, when you come into here, this is a patient list. So within Eaglesoft, we have two lists. They're basically the same, but they're different. I know that sounds kind of weird, but on the schedule, you have people who are just patients within the program. And then from the front desk, excuse me, from the front desk part of the program, or the practice management screen, you have a person list. Now that person list is everybody in the program. So everybody who holds insurance, everybody who's a financial responsible party for that patient, they're all in the system. If they're not marked as patients, they will not show up here on the schedule. I hope that makes sense. I can get a lot of people who get confused, and this usually makes other people add someone in here twice. Okay, so if they're a patient, they'll show up on this list. The other thing that a lot of people don't realize is that right here you have the ability to create a block, a family appointment, and I'll talk about this. So a block is when you want to block off, let's say you have a hygienist that's only going to be working half a day, and you want to block off half the schedule so that she or he does not get booked for appointments. That is creating a block, and I can go ahead and I can show you exactly what that is. So here I can create a block for today, and I want this block to be from 8 to 9 o'clock. Okay, and we're going to have a morning meeting, so we're going to block all the chairs, and I'm just going to call this meeting. Okay, so I'm going to do this again here, and I'm going to click on save. So, as you can see, that it has blocked all my chairs and with the word meeting across the top. Okay? The next option is I'm going to double click and I'm going to come in here, and the next option is obviously family appointment. So what I can do here is I'm going to see if we've got any Smiths in the house, and we don't, but I'm going to come into the word patient and I'm going to get to my list and I'm going to see how many Abbotts we have. So there's Angie. Okay, so I'm going to click on the word used, and Angie just happens to be the only person in the family. Let's try this again, shall we? Let's go ahead and I'm going to click on patient one more time, and I'm going to click on Jack and see if Jack's got one family member here. And he does. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mark every single person that is needed or is needing an appointment. So as you can see here, I can also pick what type of appointment that they're going to be coming in for. So let's say, for example, that they're all coming in for adult cleanings. Okay? So here we go. We're going to click on the word save. Now, what's interesting about this is, as you can see, they have disappeared. So where they've actually gone is they've actually gone into here. So this is our appointment queue, which is also this wonderful little box right here. Sorry. Okay. And